so nice to have you join me. This is an opportunity for you to allow yourself some time and space for you to completely chill out, relax. Yeah, just a really, really nice gift to yourself, inviting you to find something really comfortable to pop on. You might pause the video to create a beautiful sanctuary, a beautiful environment for this time. Maybe getting a blanket or two, some cushions, bolsters, or pillows. Maybe you have some beautiful music that you would like to play, or you might have some really comfy socks that you can put on, maybe lighting a candle. Just allowing yourself all of the good things. So you don't need any equipment for the practice today, but just inviting you to make this as comfy and beautiful as what feels good for you. This is your time, your practice to unwind, relax. And then when you're ready, just starting to bring a pillow or a bolster behind you, so the short end is in towards the low back, and you might bring a couple of other cushions or pillows to the outside of the knees, bringing the soles of the feet together, letting the knees fall out wide, just taking your time to get comfortable here, having your head fully supported. So you could even pop another pillow underneath the head if you want a little bit of a lift. Just making this really, really comfortable as the arms fall down, out wide, palms facing up, back of the hands melting into the earth. Maybe you might find a gentle roll from side to side of the head as you start to release here into the back of the neck, allowing the eyes to become heavy, maybe closing the eyes or softening the gaze as you find some really deep breaths into the belly here, expanding the belly, and then exhale, 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 releasing the breath all the way out. Doing a few more of those, so breathing deeply in, deepest breath that you have taken all day. And then exhale, releasing the breath all the way back out again. With those breaths, starting to notice that expansion of the belly as you breathe in, and noticing as the whole back body sinks and melts a little bit more deeply into the support as you exhale out. Outer thighs melting. Outer knees, outside of the low legs, outside of the feet. Pelvis is heavy. The whole spine releasing down, the whole back, lower back, mid back, back of the shoulders. Maybe allowing the tip of the tongue to soften to the roof of the mouth. Allowing the muscles of the face to soften and relax. The head is heavy. Jaw is relaxed. Breathing deeply and exhaling fully. Enjoying this beautiful time where you are able to simply melt down and relax into the earth. You can stay here as long as you like, inviting you to do so if you feel that you're not done yet, if you feel that you would like to continue here, just letting the body do what it feels. There's no rush. This is your time. There's nothing you need to do except breathe. Breathing in and breathing out. Melting, melting, melting. If you do feel ready to start to move out of the shape, you might just bring one foot onto the mat, then the other. And then just starting to come up here really slowly. So taking your time, not moving quickly, moving really, really slowly. Maybe grabbing a blanket if you have one. You might just lengthen the legs long and take your time to tuck yourself in here. And we're going to come back down onto the support. So just starting to lower back down onto your bolster or to your pillows. Just bringing the blanket to cover you and get real comfy here again. Maybe allowing the arms to open out, palms facing up again towards the ceiling, allowing the feet to come out wide, the outside of both feet falling heavy to either side. Maybe here you might bring the hands to the belly, or you might bring one hand to the belly and one hand to the heart. Starting to connect here into your breath. So as you breathe in, noticing the hands as they start to rise, as the belly and the heart center expands out, and then noticing as the belly and the heart center falls back away from the hands as you breathe back out again. Inhaling deeply into the belly, rib cage expands, breathing all the way up to the collarbones. And then exhaling, 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 releasing back out. Elbows are heavy, shoulders relaxed, back of the neck is long and relaxed. Maybe starting to send some love inward to the heart as you breathe in, and allowing the whole back body to melt even further as you breathe out. Legs are relaxed. The whole left leg melting down. The whole right leg melting down. The whole torso, front of the torso, opened out, and the back of the torso sinking deeply. The head, back of the head connected, maybe bringing awareness there. Belly expanding as you breathe in. Heart expands and exhale. Release, 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 letting go as you breathe out. And then if you're ready to come into another shape, you might just take your time to come up, moving really slowly, not rushing. And maybe taking your pillows or your bolster and just starting to find a seat up onto your support. So you might stack some blankets or your cushions, maybe that bolster, and just bringing the soles of the feet together, the knees out wide, coming to a seated butterfly, lengthening up through the spine here. If you have any oil or any lotion, anything like that that you want to use here, you might grab that and just rub the hands together and heat the oil up in your hands as you take a few breaths in through the nose, exhale out, rubbing the hands, warming those hands up. And then maybe just finding a little massage of the feet. So looking down at your feet and just starting to massage into the feet, the ankles, maybe closing the eyes or finding that soft gaze as you just start to feel into that little massage. This can feel a little bit different if you don't normally do this, but inviting you to kind of just tune in to how it feels to just rub the feet and relax into those feet, finding what feels good here. And then just starting to find that length up into the spine. Maybe flipping the palms so the palms are facing up. Maybe rolling the shoulders, releasing the shoulders down the back. Letting the outer thighs soften even more. Jaw releasing. And maybe just letting the tip of the tongue soften to the roof of the mouth. Allowing the corners of the mouth to relax. Maybe the eyes close down, or you find that soft gaze. Finding some deeper breaths, breathing into the belly, expanding the front side of the body, and then exhaling, exhaling, exhaling all the way back out again, slowing the breath down. Maybe you might find the hands coming to the belly, or maybe one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the elbows, continuing to breathe more deeply as you breathe in, drawing the breath all the way up to the collarbones. And then exhale, 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 release. Maybe starting to breathe in for a count of 4. Hold at the top for a count of 4. And then exhale out for 4. And then hold the breath at the bottom for a count of 4. This is a really nice breathing technique for calming and soothing the nervous system. Awesome. And then when you're ready, maybe just allowing a little bit of movement through the shoulders, through the head and neck, anything that feels good. Maybe rolling the shoulders forward, rolling the shoulders back. Just releasing any tension that might be there, any weight that might be there through the upper body. And then you might start to circle the head all the way around in one direction and then reversing it and going all the way around the other way. Just as you do this, keeping that length into the spine, keeping the shoulders relaxed, keeping the pelvis heavy, the outer thighs opening out, soft and relaxed, outside of the knees falling heavily down towards the earth, palms relaxing, fingers, elbows, and just breathing in, letting the breath flow freely, and breathing out, slowing the breath down, extending the exhalation even more than the inhalation. So we're slowing the breath, calming and soothing. Awesome. Inhale as you bring the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands come down through prayer to your heart center. And then inhale, coming up to high prayer. Exhale, opening the hands out as you float the arms down. Inhale, bringing the shoulders up. Exhale, releasing the shoulders down. Then bringing the hands behind the head, interlacing the fingers, lengthening out through the spine, so sitting up nice and tall, and then rounding the spine, chin to chest. Bring the elbows forward as you make a C shape with the spine, so tucking the tailbone, and then inhale as you start to lengthen back up and opening the heart up. Exhale as you round forward, bringing the elbows forward, and then inhale, lengthening up, opening the elbows out, shoulders down, away from the ears, keeping this going in your own time. Really flowing with this, feeling into that beautiful stretch, that beautiful movement into the spine here. Exhale as you come down. Inhale as you lengthen back up and open back up towards the ceiling. And then floating your arms all the way down. We're coming off of our support and starting to come all the way to a tabletop position. So as we start to arrive here in tabletop, finding that length through the back so that the head is in line with the rest of the back, gazing straight down, having the knees in line with the hips and the shoulders in line with the wrist. You're dropping the belly, gaze up, tailbone up as you inhale, and then as you exhale, rounding the spine, chin to chest, pressing the palms down into the mat. Keeping this going, just flowing in your own time, in whatever way feels good. So maybe you might close your eyes here or find a soft gaze and really feel into the movement of the body, feeling into how this feels. And you might completely go off track. So you might go into kind of more circles into the pelvis, or you might start to sit back towards the heels a little bit more and kind of come into more of a child's pose, and then sort of shift forward and open the heart. Just really moving in a way that is nourishing, that is giving your spine, the nervous system, all that it needs. Gifting yourself this, so important. Flowing with your breath. Maybe you're bumping the hips, maybe you're circling the pelvis all the way around, sitting back towards the heels as you inhale, and coming all the way around as you exhale, keeping softness into the elbows, allowing the head to go. So just letting everything flow freely without holding or gripping anywhere. And maybe circling back the other way if you haven't already. Finding that length through the arms, through the side waist. Deep cleansing breaths in through the nose and out the nose. Beautiful. Awesome. Just taking your time to maybe sit down here when you're ready. And if you're ready, of course you can just continue on with doing whatever feels good. But maybe you might like to come to a seated position, just a regular cross of the legs, or you might stack one leg on the other. Finding something really, really comfy here. Just maybe starting to move the sit bones, the fleshy parts of the pelvis, so that you can feel the sit bones as it grounds down into the mat. And then start to roll the shoulders up towards the ears, releasing the shoulders down. We're just starting to reach the left arm up and over as you bring the right hand down onto the mat, gazing underneath the arm. And then inhale as you reach up, exhale as you float over to the other side. Not locking into the elbows here. Inhale, reaching out, exhale, floating over. Inhale, reach, exhale, floating to the other side. Inhale, reaching up, exhale, coming over. Beautiful. Keeping this going in your own time. Floating over from one side to the other, allowing each breath to flow freely into the next. And then maybe just coming back through center, just rolling the shoulders a few times backwards. And then we're just starting to reach the right arm up and over, lengthening the left fingertips down towards the mat and just placing the right hand gently onto the side of the head and starting to allow the head to relax over towards the right side, finding a bit of length through that left side of the neck, letting the left shoulder sink a little bit more, not locking into the elbow there and on that left side. Just maybe reaching the fingertips a bit further away to find even more length. Inhale here. Exhale as you float the arm back down, switching to the other side. So inhale as you reach the left arm up. Exhale as you place the hand down onto the side of the head and reaching the right fingertips away from the body. Allowing a very, very gentle amount of weight down on the side of the head here as the left ear comes towards the left shoulder. Inhaling deeply here. Feeling that beautiful lengthening. Exhale, exhale, exhale as everything starts to release and soften down. Inhaling in and exhaling out. Then inhale, reaching the arm up. Exhale, releasing the arm down. Bringing the hands to the top of the knees. We're just keeping the pelvis really heavy and really still and weighted down. We're just going to move through the waist. So it is only the waist and the upper body that's moving here. The lower body is kind of glued down, grounded down to the earth. Just having softness into the elbows, maybe letting the head go so that you're kind of flowing here and moving in a beautiful way through that waist that feels good, flowing with your breath. Inhale deeply as you come forward. Exhale, coming all the way back through center. Beautiful. And then taking your time to come to all fours. We're just bringing the stacked cushions or pillows, maybe a bolster, to come in towards the pelvis, allowing the belly to start to soften down towards the support. We're coming to a supported child's pose, so bringing the knees out wide, the big toes together, letting the head soften and relax to one side. Maybe you've got a bend into the elbows here and just letting the palms and the fingertips melt down into the earth. Starting to find some really deep breaths. If you need an extra kind of cushion or pillow, really adjusting and finding what feels good before starting to melt down into this. Finding a nice hip opener here. Allowing the hips to be open, allowing the pelvis to be heavy. With every breath in, noticing the belly as it presses down into the support. And as you exhale out, sending that breath to the pelvis, to the hips. Allowing the heart to melt even more. Allowing the mouth to release, jaw. Tip of the tongue softening to the roof of the mouth, falling into a beautiful state of rest and digest. And if you haven't already, you might gently bring the head to come up and allow the head to soften to the other side for a little while. Getting comfortable with the head before sinking back down. If you want a deeper stretch here, you can release your support. So you might just come into a regular child's pose without the bolster or cushions. Sometimes as well, after a little while, with the support you might find some softening occurs, so you're able to go a little bit deeper and maybe lengthen the arms longer, maybe sitting back further towards the heels. Breathing into the belly, expanding that whole front side of the torso, and then exhale, 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 release. Melting, melting, melting. Enjoying this time, this peace where you don't have to do anything at all. You are exactly where you need to be. And if you feel to, maybe you might start to slowly come up now. Or of course you can stay in your child's pose for as long as you like. You can pause the video and move when you're ready. And coming into our next shape, just coming down onto the back. Maybe grabbing a little cushion or a pillow. And just taking that, you might have a block if you do, or even maybe a book or a couple of books, but it's generally a lot more comfortable to use a block or just a cushion to lift the hips, even a rolled up towel or blanket. We're just coming to a supported bridge, so you can just place that support underneath the pelvis, finding a comfortable position here where you can just release the pelvis into the support, allowing the arms to be out wide, palms facing up, so allowing the back of the hands to melt, the back of the wrists, feeling length through the throat, the back of the head. Maybe the knees fall inward toward each other, a little tent with the legs, or you might have the knees apart, feeling that connection of the soles of the feet connected to the earth here. Breathing deeply into your tummy as you expand tummy, rib cage, heart center. And exhale, 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 exhale as you send that breath all the way down to melt the body down into the earth. And then taking your time, coming all the way off of your support, hugging the knees in towards the chest, giving yourself the biggest hug, wrapping your hands around the front side of the knees, letting the feet go, maybe moving through the toes. You might have a little rock from side to side with this. Or you might stay in stillness as you ground the tailbone down towards the end of the mat. You might just let the head kind of flow from side to side if you're rocking here, and just doing what feels amazing. Taking those deep cycles of breath in to the belly, expanding, expanding. Exhale, 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 sending the breath all the way down. Letting it all go. You might circle the knees. If that feels good, just really working into finding those beautiful things that you enjoy. Slowing things down. And then you might just release the feet down onto the mat or down to the floor again. We're coming all the way to bring your pillow, or you might have one or two pillows here stacked on the left side of the body. We're going to come back to laying down, and we want to have the sole of the right foot on the mat. We're just going to hug that right knee in towards the shoulder, the right shoulder, lengthening the left leg nice and long here, finding that length through that left side, really squeezing the knee in. You might find a little bit of movement here into the hip, into the foot, and then we're starting to cross the leg across. So just bringing the leg all the way over and kind of wrapping that leg across the pillows or the bolster, finding a nice little twist here. And then maybe just releasing both arms out into a T shape. Just letting the back of the shoulders soften into the earth, the shoulder blades. Allowing the pelvis to become heavy, letting the head roll over to the right side. Back of the hands softening into the earth, the arms. Breathing into that sideways, noticing that expansion there. Exhale, 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 releasing out. melting down. And then slowly allowing the head to come back through center first and rolling back over onto your back, hugging that right knee in. One more time, really squeezing in, and then exhale as you release out. We're going to switch over to the other side. So bringing your support, if you have some support here, you don't actually need the pillows, but this can be just a really nice way of practicing. So just hugging the left knee in towards the left shoulder. You're moving into the feet and toes as much as you like here, into the hip as well. Just squeezing in, exhaling out, lengthening the tailbone down, and then crossing the leg across the body. Finding that nice twist here as you start to relax the leg over the pillows or the bolster, letting the arms go into that T shape, maybe allowing the head to roll over to the left side, finding a nice softness, a nice lengthening through that right side of the neck, shoulder blades melting, breathing in deeply to that side waist, expanding, and then exhale, 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 letting go. Starting to unwind, allowing the head to come back through center first, and then hugging the left knee in as you roll onto your back, squeezing that knee in, inhale, exhale as you lengthen the tailbone down, pelvis is heavy, inhale in, exhale out, relaxing the feet. Any movement here that feels good, exploring that, and then taking your time to come up here. If you do have some oil or some lotion or something here to use, you might like to grab some and rub the hands together again, warming that oil up. Grabbing your pillows or your big bolster and just bringing it to come underneath the knees. We want to have the feet about hip width or wider apart. You might have another pillow or a little bolster or a cushion that you can bring behind the head and neck, and then maybe just also covering the feet, tucking yourself in with a blanket, getting really, really snuggly here. So finding something really, really nice as we start to come down onto the back. You can always just be in a regular position with no props, but it is really nice to use the props if you do have some cushions, pillows and things. Maybe you might cover your eyes as well. So just finding that little cocoon of the body, finding something really, really snuggly, making sure you are tucked in and feeling good. And as we start to come into our final resting shape, Shavasana, maybe starting here by taking just a few deep breaths in through the nose and exhaling out the mouth as you melt down even further into your support, letting everything go. Inviting a wave of relaxation to absolutely flow through every muscle, every cell, the heart, all of the organs of the body. Maybe you might rub the hands together, warming the oil up. And maybe you might cover the eyes here and take a nice deep breath in. Maybe you might massage a little bit around the face. Maybe tracing some little lines with the fingers around the face, the eyes. Maybe a little massage into the jaw. You might just sink down into your mat and stay here for as long as you like. Hope you've enjoyed this practice. I would love to see you again soon. If you would like to practice with me, feel free to subscribe to the channel. I hope you have the most incredible rest of your day. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. Namaste.